Consciousness Revolution. Today we will continue our discussion on divine qualities. It's been a while since I had last class in live. It was in Bulgaria in May. But I decided to spend more time with my family. I will continue my travelings for Janmashtami. I'll be in Navagokula in Czech Republic, and then I will go to Paris and so on. But still, I will come more frequently home and spend more time with my wife and daughter. But I decided to continue my discussions on different topics also online. So those who are inspired by these classes, these discourses, this way of bringing Krishna to our life more deeply, I would invite to regularly check this channel, Consciousness Revolution, and I'll try to have classes frequently around this time as it is now. This is 6 p.m. Central European time, so that devotees from different time zones have access to the classes also live. So we stopped in Bulgaria on our discussions about divine qualities from 16th chapter of Bhagavad-Gītā, from first 3 verses of 16th chapter. So we'll continue with aloluptvam. This is one of the 26 qualities, divine qualities that Krishna teaches Arjuna about. What are the divine qualities in the chapter which is mostly dedicated to demoniac qualities, but these first 26 qualities mentioned by Krishna are divine and are mentioned for the special purpose to bring our consciousness to the transcendental platform, to recognize what is divine and to strive for what is divine, and also to recognize what is demoniac in our heart, that we can continue to purify our consciousness to bring it to the transcendental platform. But before we begin, we'll start with Mangala Charana, shortened one, but still it should be there. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiret Nashta Pareshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtike. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtabhutade Shrimati Radhanath Swamiti Namine. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtabhutade Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatade Shatarine. Hare Krishna again. So we'll continue our discussion on divine qualities. So far we have covered many of these qualities already. Now we are in the second verse of these 3 verses, beginning verses of 16th chapter. And the second verse goes: Ahimsa Satyama Krodhas Tyaga Shantirapeshanam Daya Bhuteshu Aloluptvam Mardvaram Hir Achapalam. Ahimsa is non-violence, Satyam is truthfulness, Akrodha means to be free from anger, and this is very hard and very important quality to imbibe deeply in our heart, to be without anger, because anger destroys every good quality, is described. Yes, if one is angry, he cannot tolerate any difference from himself, and he poses himself to be the Lord, of course, and because others don't obey them, um, he becomes very angry. And if the circumstances in our life don't um, de- involve in according to our understanding or according to our desires, we can become angry very quickly. So this is very important, and it's called Kamanuja. It's Krodha. Kamanuja means younger sister or younger brother or younger sibling of karma or lust, and is all devouring sinful enemy of this world, according to Krishna in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad-Gītā, third chapter of Bhagavad-Gita. Okay, then Tyaga is to be renounced, and Shanti is to be peaceful. Apaishunam is very important quality, and it's aversion to fault finding. And fault finding is very deep in our heart, because we try to establish that we are God actually, and we try to prove to ourselves and others that others are not able to occupy the post of God because it belongs to us. And therefore it's natural for a conditioned living entity to find faults. And as long as we are conditioned by material nature, by the modes of material nature, we can recognize this by our tendency to find faults, to criticize others. Yes, and therefore this is extremely destructive quality, fault finding, for our spiritual journey. And it's also explained by Rupa Goswami in Upadeshamrita that one should serve with all his heart and follow the instruction of one who is free from fault finding. Every tinge of fault finding. Yes, even. Yes, this is a very important quality. And is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam as adosha darshi, of one who doesn't see any bad quality. Dosha means bad quality or fault, and darshi is one who sees. Yes, so adosha darshi means one who doesn't see any bad quality. Okay, then daya is mercy. Daya bhuteshu, to all living entities. Actually, we should be merciful, and the most merciful act that we can imagine is to be Krishna conscious. To be Krishna conscious ourselves. If we are not Krishna conscious, we cannot be merciful. Because if we are not Krishna conscious, then we can't give anything beneficial to others. Even if we consider ourselves merciful, and we consider ourselves very generous, and we try to help others in any way possible, if we are not Krishna conscious ourselves, we cannot help even ourselves, what to speak of others. There is one verse in 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, is explained by I believe it's Prahlad Maharaj. Viprad Vishad Gunoitat Aravinda Naba Padaravinda Vimukachva Pacham Varishtam Manyeta Darbita Manovachane Hitarta Pranam Panati Sakulam Natuburi Manaha. That Shvapacha or dog eater is much greater if he's a devotee than a brahmana who is not a devotee. because such Shvapacha or dog eater can save himself. On the other hand, the Brahmana, who is not a devotee, he cannot save even himself, what to speak of anyone else. But dog eater can save himself and his family, and everyone around him is saved by his devotion. But those who are not devotees, even if they are so-called brahmanas, they cannot save even themselves. So those who think they are merciful and they are not devotees cannot do any good for others. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavata kinchana sarve gunes tatra samasate sura haro bhaktasya kurto manhadana manoratana sati davatu bhahi. That it is explained in fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam that those who are devotees, they acquire all good qualities of demigods, and those who are not devotees, they don't have any good quality, because their life is directed by the chariot of the mind. Yes, and mind takes the chariot of life in the direction of false ego, because we consider ourselves as male, female, or European, African, American, or black or white, or young or old, or Christian or Jewish or Muslim or Hare Krishna. And according to our understanding of ourselves, we try to um, live accordingly, to be as happy as possible. Yes, because this is our nature. We want to be happy. Ananta manyo vyasat. And so it's impossible to be merciful, or to have any good quality, if you are not a devotee. So now today we'll discuss aloluptvam. Aloluptvam means freedom from greed. Greed is one of the 6 deadly enemies of the soul, as Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, and Matsarya. Here is used word Lobha, and here is used word Loluptvam is freedom from greed. Loluptvam is greed, or covetousness. In word by word translation, Prabhupada translates as freedom from greed, but in the translation of verses, these 3 verses, he translates as freedom from covetousness. And covetousness is, of course, the sense of possessing something, of holding on something. And by this idea starts Bhagavad-Gītā, because Bhagavad-Gītā starts with Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Dhritarashtra is one who holds on the other land. And yes, he is spiritually blind. So everyone who considers anything as his own, he is spiritually blind. And he tries to hold on something that is not his. And nothing is ours. Yes. It is explained in 2nd chapter of Bhagavad-Gītā, Vihaya kamanyak sarvan puvam sharati nisprihak nirmamo nirahankarah sashanti madhigachati. That peace can be attained only by those who are who have this understanding, nirmama. Nothing is mine. Nothing is mine. So we should understand that not my home is mine, not my wife is mine, not my children are mine, not my husband is mine, not my phone is mine. Nothing is mine. Not my money is mine. Not my intelligence is mine. Not my thoughts are mine. nothing is mine. Not my eyes are mine, not my um, relatives are mine. Nothing is mine. Nothing outside and inside of me is mine. Not my understandings are mine. Nothing is mine. So if I consider everything as mine, it means I'm simply illusioned. I'm simply illusioned. Nothing is mine. Not subtle nor gross is mine. Nothing. So from where this feeling of covetousness or greed comes from, it comes from ahankara, from false ego. And false ego comes from avidya. We have avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, and abhinivesha. These are 5 stages of ignorance, actually. Yes. First starts with avidya, which is ignorance, or false knowledge. We can say not have any true vision is avidya. In Slovene we have a similar word. Videti means to see, and vidya is of course knowledge, but it's also idea of seeing, of grasping something. So avidya means to be not able to see properly, to have distorted vision or no vision at all, actually. So because of this avidya comes asmita. Asmita is identifying with something. Asmi means I am, and asmita means I identify with so many things, not just with my body, that I'm a male, I'm a female, and so on, or I'm a husband, I'm a father, or a mother, or anything like this, or I'm a Slovene, I'm a Bulgarian, I'm French, or German, or Chinese, or American, or African, whatever. These are just bodily designations, this asmi. And because, and not only this, but also with my culture, my society in which I live, with my language, with my customs, and so on and so forth, and the food that I take, everything. This is asmi, I am, and because of this, I try to find happiness in this environment. Therefore, I want to be happy, and because I consider myself on this gross bodily level and subtle bodily level also, then I'm trying to be happy on this level. And therefore, because body is extremely limited, I need so many things for bodily comfort. I need a house, and then I need food, I need this and that, and money, and a car, and a job, and so many things. And therefore I consider these things to be mine. I acquire them somehow or other, and I covet them. That this feeling of possessing them. I want to have them. I want to have them because I know if I don't have them, I'll suffer. Yes. Therefore, this idea of having things is crucial for our survival, even. And in order to survive, I need these things. I need, and of course, I want them. Not just that I need them, I want them also. So, for a spiritual seeker, for those who want to progress in spiritual understanding towards love for God, they should understand nothing is mine. Nothing is mine. Not even my feelings are mine. Not even my emotions are mine. Nothing is mine. Everything is Krishna's. And these emotions, these feelings, this environment in which I live in, is everything is coming from Krishna. And of course, these externals, subtle and gross externals, are coming from Maya, which comes from Krishna, of course. But this Maya is meant to keep us away from Krishna, and therefore gives us this feeling that we need something, because this need of something else than Krishna is coming from our pritak bhava, or separate identity from Krishna. We don't have this connection. This means it's ayoga. Instead of yoga with Krishna, we have this ayoga, separateness from Krishna. And because of this separate identity from Krishna, we don't, even if we are devotees, we don't trust Krishna. But Krishna explains in 9th chapter of Bhagavad-Gītā, Nanyashchintayantam mam yejanah prayupasati tisham nityabhyuktanam yogakshima vahamyaham. That for those who are devoted to me, I bring everything that they need and keep everything that they have. Yes, so actually, if we are devotees, Krishna will take care of everything. We should just have faith in this. We should just serve Krishna. Krishna is our master. Krishna is most wealthy personality that exists. So why would he neglect his servant? Yes. So it is explained in Shastra and Chaitanya Charitamrita in particular also how we should completely depend on Krishna for everything, even for food, for money, for well-being in this world. Everything we can depend on Krishna. Happiness and distress in this world come and go. Yes. It is also explained in 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam by Prahlad Maharaj. Sukham Aindriyam Daitya Deha Yogina Dehinam Sarvatra Labhate Devat Yata Dukham Ayatnata. So he explains to his friends that Sukham Aindriyam Daitya, Daitya means my demoniac friends, that happiness that comes from our interaction with senses, Sukham Aindriyankam Daitya, Deha Yogina Dehinam, comes in our life, in conditioned life from our body. Sarvatra Labhate Devat Yata Dukhkam Ayatnata. So it comes on its own accord, this happiness in material life, and also this distress in material life comes also from its own accord. So why we should strive for happiness? Yes. Sukhaya dukkha mokshaya sankalpa iha karmana sadapnoti haya dukkha manihaya sukhavrita. Also explains Prahlad Maharaj that those who have strong determination, I will achieve happiness and I will avoid all distress, they always feel misery. They're always miserable, desperately miserable. Yes, happy are are just those who don't covet, don't strive for happiness, who just served Krishna. This is very simple, but very difficult to understand for a conditioned soul, even if one tries to be a devotee. So we don't have to strive for anything in material sense. We should just strive to serve Krishna, just try to please our spiritual master, because spiritual master is manifestation of Krishna in our world. So we can perceive Krishna. We perceive Krishna through our spiritual master. Acharya mam vijanayan navan maniyeta karhishit namartya buddhya suyeta sarvadeva mayo guru. Krishna explains that I'm the Acharya, I'm Guru. So it's very important to establish this connection with our spiritual master, even though maybe we see spiritual master once in 10 years or even less. There are the disciples of Srila Prabhupada who didn't meet Prabhupada at all in person, but still they can connect very deeply with their spiritual master. So we can also connect very deeply with our spiritual master. We should connect very deeply with our spiritual master and try to please him in every way possible. Yes. And by this act of pleasing our spiritual master, we will definitely please also Krishna. And if we try to please Krishna all our time, actually Krishna consciousness means to put Krishna in the first place, and our guru's desire, our guru's will on the first place, and our separate desires on the second place. Yes, this is very important, because if you try to be on the first place and consider what is beneficial for me and what is not beneficial for me from my point of view, from my point of understanding, will be cheated. We'll just continue our conditioned life, life after life after life. Yes. So this freedom of covetousness, of greed, is extremely important for a devotee to understand. Yes, we shouldn't be try to possess anything. We should understand that Krishna is the proprietor of everything. Yes, and Krishna leads my life. I don't need anything. Krishna will provide everything what I really need. Yes, but we have to have trust in Krishna. We have to have faith in Krishna, and only faith in Krishna is what really counts in our life. If we don't have faith in Krishna, where is Krishna consciousness? There is no Krishna consciousness without faith. Faith is the beginning. Ado Shraddha, Tatu Sadasanga. So first is Shraddha. First is faith. If we don't have faith, we certainly have faith in something, because Krishna explains in 17th chapter of Bhagavad-Gītā, he says, Satvan Rupa Sarvasya Shraddha Bhavati Bharata Shraddhamayoyam Purusho Yoyat Shraddha Ksaivasaha. So he says that every living entity is endowed with faith, some faith or another faith. So every living entity, even most staunch and ardent atheists, they have strong faith that there is no God, that they are in control of their life. So everyone has faith, very strong faith in something that he believes that will help him to survive. Actually, yes, this is where we put our faith. Yes, we put our faith in things that we believe that they can help us to sustain our life. Yes. So this is very important to understand where to put faith in. We should put faith in Krishna. So it's not necessary to strive on material platform for our survival, to have a job or anything. Krishna will provide everything for us. Of course, we can strive to serve Krishna also with our material, so-called material engagements, which shouldn't be material. It should be spiritual, of course. Should be one-pointedly devoted to serve Krishna. Yes, so we should serve Krishna with our so-called material engagements. So if we have a material job or anything like this, we should try to use it as a tool for service of Krishna and our Guru. Yes, and especially if you are instructed to do some so-called material service by our Guru, so we should do it as an act of service to Krishna. And even if we are not specially instructed, if we do have some material job or anything like this, we should do it in this consciousness. I'm just a servant. Krishna wants me to perform this type of service. Therefore, he put me in this position. And so I have this particular job. So I have to do it perfectly to satisfy my Guru and Krishna with it. But I shouldn't be attached to the fruits of this work. You should understand that I'm a servant in this position, put by Krishna in it, just to serve Krishna in this position. So all these fruits that I receive, this money, and social role and position in society, I should use it for service of Krishna. We should not have any feeling of proprietorship for what we achieve by our service. This is also very important. This is freedom from covetousness. This is a sign of a devotee, actually. This is a divine quality. And in the rest of the chapter, Krishna will explain that greed is one of the three doors that lead to hell. Yes. Actually, anyone who is greedy is living in hell currently, now, this moment. Who wants to possess anything, actually. Yes. Kamas krodhas tata lubhas tasmat etat triantarjit. Krishna explains that we should therefore give up this kama, krodha, and lobha, or lust, anger, and greed. Yes. Trividam narakasyadam dvaram nashanam atmana. Kama, krodhas tata lubhas tasmat etat triantarjit. He explains that kama, krodha, and lobha, or lust, anger, and greed, are three gates to hell. Yes, three gates to hell. Yes. And therefore we should give them up. Give them up. We should try to give them up with all our heart. Trividam narakasyedam. They are hellish mentality. Trividam narakasyedam dvaram nashanam atmanaha. And they destroy Atma. They destroy ourselves. Although Krishna explains in second chapter that it's avinashi, the soul is indestructible. But still, here he says that Trividam narakasyadam dvaram nashanam atmana, that they destroy Atma. They destroy ourselves. Of course, the self is indestructible, cannot be destroyed, but our and identification is with material circumstances. Therefore, our self is destroyed in this sense. And it's also explained in Sri Ishopanishad, the same thing. Asura namati loka andina tamasavrita tansti pritya bigachanti yeke chatma hanojanaha. That those who are leading this materialistic life, are killers of the self. They kill themselves, actually. Yes, again and again, not just once, but repeatedly, are killing themselves. So we should have full faith. This message of this lecture is to have full faith in Krishna, that we don't need anything, actually. It's like a cow. It is explained in Shastra what's the mentality of a cow. A cow doesn't protest if she's sold to a new owner. So a cow goes with new owner and doesn't look back and doesn't consider how will I live, what will I eat with a new owner. She's completely dependent on new owner. So we should also be completely dependent on Krishna for our living, for everything, actually. Where will I live? With whom will I live? And how will I live? It's completely dependent on Krishna. So immediately, at the moment we lose trust in Krishna, then greed is inevitably there. We become greedy. We want to have things. We want to have money. We want to have things. We want to have so many things. And we create unnecessary necessities in our life because we believe that by these things, by having things, my life will have better quality. Yes, but this is just illusion. Only quality comes from our connection with Krishna, our faith in Krishna. So we should develop really strong faith in Krishna, really strong bond with Krishna, which can be established through our relationship with our spiritual master. So I believe that this freedom of greed and from covetousness is one of the most important qualities, and is actually including so many other qualities that Krishna is mentioning here, because fearlessness is not possible if one is greedy. Then if one is greedy, he's full of fear, because he considers himself as only protector of himself. Therefore, he needs so many things to protect himself. Therefore, he's greedy. He cannot be fearless. Yes. And his purification of one existence is only possible if one is not greedy. Yes. And cultivation of spiritual knowledge is no question of spiritual knowledge if we are greedy. So if we just acquire this one quality, to be free from greed, we will achieve many others also, many other qualities. So I will conclude with this thought. I invite all of you to think deeply about this quality of freedom of covetousness or greed, and to try to implement it in your life on your daily basis. Yes. And for example, try to see Krishna's hand in everything. And even if something is taken away from you, even if you protect it, you shouldn't protect it because it's yours. You should protect it because it's Krishna's. And Krishna put it in your care. for a certain purpose, to use it for Krishna's service in certain way. Yes, even if something is taken away by other devotees, it shouldn't be. Yes. So we should protect things because they are not ours, because they are Krishna's. Not because they are ours. So if we protect things because we consider them ours, then we are just illusioned. Yes. So we should protect things because they are Krishna's and take this seriously in our life. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. I don't see any comments or questions. So I will conclude with this thought, and I invite you, all of you, to join me again in afternoons in Central European time, and discuss also. I invite all of you to put questions and thoughts that we can discuss them. Thank you very much for your attention, and Hare Krishna.